Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its ends, provided the physical conditions and the temperature of the conductor remains constant. Okay, so here this one it is very important. Here when this question comes, write Ohm's law. So children, they used to write directly proportional to the difference between its potential potential difference across its ends. This much only they used to write. They don't write this much. That is why they lose marks. So now if I have written this one, what I will write here, let me go for this mathematical value for it. So current flowing, current represented as I. I is directly proportional to V. Okay, so if current is directly proportional to potential difference, it means that potential difference increases, current increases. So I can represent V is directly proportional to I. Clear? But for a long time I cannot keep this proportionality symbol. So I have to remove this one. So what I can write? V equal to I R. Okay, this one it is the Ohm's law formula. What is R then? R equal to resistance. R is the resistance. R is the resistance of this conductor. Okay, I will tell you what is resistance. So R is the resistance of this conductor. So we got V equal to IR. V equal to IR. So what I am getting? I equal to V by R. I equal to V by R. So what is the purpose of writing this one? It represents that I is directly proportional to V and I is inversely proportional to R. Here, this meaning of this statement is that here potential difference or electric potential increases, then current increases. If it is increases by 2 times, it also increases by 2 times. Okay, here increases. Then what is the relation between this I and R? So here current increases. So instead of writing current increases, let us write resistance increases, current decreases, and vice versa. If resistance increases 2 times, current decreases, means this one will be, current will become half. If resistance increases 2 times, current will become half. Clear? Then another important is that when we are discussing Ohm's law, V equal to IR, this is the most fundamental law and formula. Wherever we will discuss how many numericals we will discuss, depending upon this V equal to IR formula only we will discuss. So remember this formula, V equal to IR formula. Okay, clear? Then I will go for what is the limitations of Ohm's law. This one it is important for us. Limitation of Ohm's law. What is the limitation of Ohm's law? First of all, it is said in the this law itself. It is said in that in the law it is said temperature has to be constant. So law is that temperature of conductor should be same or it will be constant. Temperature should be constant. Second one, what is that one? Here, this should be a conductor. Here, this one, this whatever conductor we are taking, that is ohmic conductor, or this should be a conductor or metal we can say. Third one, it should be of, this conductor should be of uniform cross section, uniform cross section area. These are the limitations of Ohm's law. Ohm's law. So here let us see what is the slope of this V graph. Let us see. So here what it is, we are taking this one, let it be V, this one let it be R. So let it be I. And we have two type of conductors. One is ohmic conductor, one is ohmic conductor. Second one is non-ohmic conductor. One is ohmic conductor, second one is non-ohmic conductor. What is ohmic conductor? Obeys Ohm's law. It obeys Ohm's law. And what is non-ohmic conductor? It does not obey Ohm's law. Understood? What is obeys and does not obey? Obey means that here V is directly proportional to I. This is Ohm's law. If some conductor obeys this one, then only it will be this ohmic conductor. If it does not obey, then this one will be non-ohmic conductor. Clear? So here let us take VI graph. In this case, VI graph, this for ohmic conductor, the graph is always a straight line. Not necessary that it will start from this from here in the origin. It can be also from here also it can be, but whatever it may be, it should be a straight line. Clear? But in case of non-ohmic conductor, if I am taking this same graph, I will take V and I graph. This non-ohmic conductor can be, it is not a straight line. It can be like this, it can be like this. So which shows that one up to some extent it obeys Ohm's law. After that one it does not obey Ohm's law. So this is non-ohmic. This one let it be 1, let it be 2. This graph is for 1, this graph is for 2. This one for ohmic conductor. So this one, as it is directly proportional law, so this voltage goes on increasing, current also increases. Here for some view it will be for some time, it will be increases, after that it decreases, or after that again more also it can increase. So that is your ohmic and non-ohmic conductor. Clear? Then here let us see that one. What is the slope of ohmic conductor give? So let me rub this one. Let us go for this ohmic conductor only. Okay. So in case of ohmic conductor, it obeys Ohm's law. We have discussed. Now let us take. Okay. Look straight now. Okay. Now let us take a point from here. This is a point A. Let us draw a perpendicular to x-axis, perpendicular to y-axis. Understood? So here let it be A. This one is B. This one is C. This one is O. Let us take the slope. So slope here, slope is AB by OB. Then here what is AB? AB is equal to OC. Here OB will remain same. What is OC? Value is OC. OC represent V. What is the value of OB? OB represent I. Clear? Then let us, this one will be for us and it gives the value of the resistance. This is resistance or R. So how to remember this one? We have formula B equal to IR. Here from here what I am getting? R equal to V by I. This one we are getting. Here we are getting. So slope of VI graph, it gives resistance. Remember this one. So usually confusion for the students, whether in x-axis we will put V or we will put I. this also I can put abhi, this also I can put I. But here, the instead of value resistance, we will get something else. When we will discuss, we will get that one. That is known as here resistance, that is known as conductance. Clear? So here, so we can write the slope of VI graph gives resistance. VI graph gives resistance. Okay, so this much only you remember for the time being. When we will proceed all about this resistance, after that automatically we will get more things for it. Okay, so now if I am talking about resistance, let me talk about this resistance. Resistance is nothing but the obstruction offered by this substance. Means when the flow of current will be there, so this is the let it be that wire through which current flows. Okay, so what happens, these electrons they flow. When they are flowing, from where we are getting these electrons? We are getting, let it be the copper wire I take this one, it will be a copper wire. If these electrons I am getting from one atom of copper, so we know copper, it will lose 2 electron and copper 2 plus will be there. Yes, like that many 2 plus ions will be there. So here let it be, I represent this one as positive. So electrons, when electrons are flowing, these positive charge particles, they give the obstruction to the flow of electrons. This is nothing but resistance, and resistance is offered by resistance in a conductor is offered by positive particles, or it can be your positive ions and the atoms, because all the atoms, they do not become ions to lose electron. Many will be there in that atomic form. So resistance is offered by whom? Is offered by the positive charge particle in the atom itself. Means this flow of current is get obstruction. Means electrons, when they are flowing, they are colliding with somebody else. Who are these somebody else? These ions, positive ions and the atoms. So now comes the definition of resistance. It is the property of conductor by virtue of which it opposes the flow of current through it. Means the flow of current, when the current flows, somebody opposes its motion, that is known as resistance. This is the one of the property of the conductor. Each conductor acts as a resistor. Okay, so here what we can say, resistance, here we have discussed already, resistance in the conductor is offered by these particles or positive charge particle and the atom itself. So this has the flow of this resistance is offered to the flow of electrons. So when in a conductor these electrons are flowing, those are offered by this positive charge particle, they collide with them. So which one, the direction they are moving, they cannot move. So now from this Ohm's law formula, V equal to IR formula for us. So what we are getting? R equal to V by I. So what will be the unit? Unit will be volt by ampere. It can be, so it can be V by A, volt by ampere. But this unit we don't usually, children, they don't prefer to write volt by ampere. Unit of resistance is ohm. Resistance is ohm, and it is represented by symbolical representation will be like this. Clear? So if we are discussing about resistance, let us go for this conductance also. What will be conductance? So conductance is the reciprocal of reciprocal of resistance. Conductance is reciprocal of resistance. Okay, so here we can write conductance is equal to 1 by resistance. So here it implies more will be conductance, more will be resistance, less will be conductance. More will be conductance, less will be the resistance. Okay, and here the unit of ohm is, so it is represented. What is its unit? So as it is ohm inverse, so we can write it is ohm inverse. Otherwise it can be -1 like this can be written, or usually that one is Siemens, and it is denoted by S. Got it? Let me take two graphs. This is the same thing only. Here I have taken V, this one will be I am taking I am taking this one V. Clear? This is the same thing only taken. Physical quantities have same, but just only interchange. Now this one will be because I am considering Ohm's law. See children, this one will be a straight line only. Okay. This one is a straight line. Now let us draw a slope here. Slope here. This one will be slope here. What does the slope of VI graph, and this one is the slope of IV graph. So when question comes in that exam, see that one what is in x-axis and y-axis given. Here we know from the VI graph what we are getting. This one is resistance. But here what we are getting? Slope is equal to here O, A, B, C. So it is AB by OB. AB equal to OC by OB is equal to OC equal to I by V. What is I by V? What is I by V? So I by V is nothing but 1 by R. If you don't remember this one, remember V equal to IR. I am getting I by V. So here I by V. So what I am getting? 1 by R. So this one is 1 by R, which is related here. So now we have discussed what is 1 by R. 1 by R is conductance. Conductance. Okay. So this slope of VI graph gives resistance and slope of IV graphs gives conductance. Clear? Resistance. Okay. So whenever we are talking about factors affecting resistance, first factor will be always depends upon material. Depends upon the material of the body. Okay, it depends upon the material or nature. The nature of the conductor. Nature of the conductor. Okay, so what is this nature or material of the conductor? Here, some of these conductors are more, means conductance is more, because they offer less resistance, and some of these conductors they offer more resistance and conductance is less. So some conductors offers more resistance, some offers less resistance. Okay, who offers more resistance? Obviously for them conductance will be less. Those who offers less resistance, for them conductance will be more. Clear? Then let me go for the second part. Second is it is resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Length of the conductor. Obviously, this one will be the small length I am taking. This one will be the more length I have taken. Okay, so electrons are flowing. Positive charge will be there. Atom will be there. When they are flowing, upper resistance upward will be less in this case. Here, long distance have to move these electrons. So obviously, there will be more this positive charge and these atoms. Everything have to come across. That is why this more will be the length, more will be the resistance for this. So what we can represent here, L is directly proportional to R is directly proportional to length. So I can represent one formula for it. R1 by R2 is equal to this one will be L1 by L2. Okay, R1 by R2 equal to L1 by L2. This is the length of this conductor. Okay, you write down this one. Then I will go for this. Okay, the third part we will discuss. Third one, it is inversely proportional. Third one, it is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Area of cross section. So R is inversely proportional to area. What I can represent? I can represent R is inversely proportional to A. Means if I am taking this one is the thicker wire and I am taking this one having the same length, if length will be same, but I am talking about thicker some wire and this one is the thinner wire, in which case resistance will be more. Thinner is the wire, this one will be R is more, this one is R is less. This is the relation. It is more is the area, less will be the resistance. Less will be the area, more will be the resistance. Clear? So, what I can represent here? R1 by R2 equal to A2 by A1. All these are the, we can make formula for it. Clear? Then another important for us is fourth one. It is directly related to, directly proportional to the temperature. Directly proportional to the temperature. So R is directly proportional to the temperature. More is the temperature, more is the resistance. Clear? So what happens? One concept, simple concept for is here, when temperature will be more, if I am taking this one is the this conductor, temperature more, obviously this kinetic energy of these particles will be more or not. So when kinetic energy of the more of the particles is more, vibration is more, obviously therefore more resistance to the flow of this current, flow of this electron. Okay, so we will combine all this and we will go for a formula for it. So what is that? So here R is directly proportional to L, inversely proportional to A. So R is equal to rho L by A. So rho, it is specific resistance. Rho is specific resistance. One formula, let us combining formula. R1 by R2 is equal to L1, L2, A2, A1. So here length increases, or length, this one is the initial length, final area, initial area. Okay, You remember this formula? Depending upon this one, many numericals to solve. Where there are many numericals, we can solve using this formula. Okay, then we have come across these factors we have discussed. Then we got one thing, that one will be only specific resistance. Okay, this specific resistance, what we got, R equal to rho L by A. And if we will talk about rho equal to R A by L. So what will be the unit of rho? Is equal to R. This one will be ohm. A. This one will be meter square. L. This one will be meter. So what we are getting? Rho equal to ohm meter. Ohm meter. And one important thing is that here this specific resistance of the body, it does not depend upon the shape and size of the body. Specific resistance factors, okay, factors depend upon this specific resistance. On which specific resistance depend on? It is characteristics, property of the body or material of the body. Here material of the body. Second one, it is depends upon temperature. Okay, so it is how it is depend upon the temperature. It is directly related, directly proportional also, directly proportional. Okay. So here, if the specific resistance increases with increase in the temperature, in case of metals. So let us write that one. In case of metal, specific resistance. Let me write this one like this. Okay. This rho, symbolically let us write out. This rho increases with increase in temperature in case of metal. But here, let it be for the semiconductors. Semiconductors, it is decreases with increase in temperature. Okay, so semiconductor, example of semiconductor, what it can be? The semiconductor, it can be some alloys also, it can be example, it can be alloys, it can be sorry. So semiconductor, it is this one, but for alloys, okay, here, sorry, this one it is for alloys, this one it is remains constant. Rho remains constant for alloys. Okay, so here with the remains constant with change in temperature. Okay, so the specific resistance factors affecting it depends upon the material of the body or material of the conductor. What type of conductor you are taking, and it is different for different substances. It is very low for the metals, and alloy it is different. For the semiconductors it is different, and it depends upon the temperature. It is directly proportional to the metals. It is directly proportional. Rho means specific resistance increases with increase in temperature. For metals, for semiconductors, it is decreases, and for alloys, its rho remains constant. Clear? And it does not depend, this big letters, let me write, does not depend on shape and size of the body or conductor. This is most important. Length of conductor becomes twice. Okay, length of the conductor, it becomes twice. So how this how does the resistance between specific resistance vary? Okay, length of the conductors becomes twice, so resistance, it becomes twice. But in case of specific resistance, no change. That one will be no change. This one is important. Usually question comes for this. So other name of specific resistance is resistivity. Okay, so if we have discussed resistance, conductance. Conductance is reciprocal of resistance. Now we have discussed resistivity. Now let us discuss conductivity. So conductivity is the reciprocal of specific resistance or resistivity. So this conductivity, it is represented by sigma. So sigma is equal to 1 by rho. 2 R equal to rho L by A implies R A by L equal to rho. So now 1 by rho equal to how much? L by R. Okay, so what will be its unit? So its unit can be can be centimeter per meter or ohm inverse, meter inverse. It can be like this. So unit can be ohm inverse, meter inverse.